There's been a lot of focus on the lack of runs from India's T20I vice captain Shubman Gill, which is understandable given he was parachuted into the team very randomly ahead of the Asia Cup. But what's also worth noting is that India's actual captain hasn't been faring that much better with the bat throughout this particular calendar year. And whilst there's absolutely no doubt, if you ask me, about Sky's captaincy ability when it comes to how it is he's led the team, I don't think the same can be said about his batting, and that is something that even former India cricketer Aakash Chopra has pointed out as something that needs to improve and needs to improve very, very quickly. In fact, this is what Aakash had to say during a chat on his YouTube channel. He said that, look, a captain's job is not just to toss and manage the bowlers. It's not just about making the strategy. If you bat in the top four, your primary role is to score runs. And again, it's hard to disagree with anything he's saying here. Yes, a number 3 or a number 4 batter when it comes to T20 cricket isn't as important in terms of making the bulk of runs as it would be in Tests and even ODI cricket. But you'd still be expecting a lot more than the quick-fire cameos that you were getting from Sky. And truth be told, I'd be okay with the cameos if they weren't just so infrequent. It's not even like he's getting 30s and 40s. He's struggled really. And in fact, a quick look at the numbers from Aakash Chopra himself tells you just how bad the struggle has been. He said that, look, if you have an average of 14 in 17 innings and the strike rate is also not very good, and you don't have a single 50 and have crossed 25 just twice, then it's a problem. And again, if you want to know what has been Sky's highest score during T20Is this year, it was the 47 that he got against Pakistan in the Asia Cup. That's it. And beyond that, there's just been one other instance of him surpassing 25 runs. That's just not good enough. Neither is his strike rate. This is a guy who we remember in T20Is was striking at well above 150 just a couple of years prior. Now it's under 130, which is nowhere close to being good enough. And obviously, if you're having these many doubts about your captain's batting form, then it's natural that perhaps in some cases there might be questions asked over whether or not he should even be captaining the side. But Aakash Chopra made it clear that that's not the issue. He doesn't have an issue with Sky the captain, but the issue is regarding his form. He said that, look, I'm not saying there is any doubt over Suryakumar Yadav's captaincy or that he won't be India's captain in the World Cup. But he needs to score runs. And that's, again, a fair point. Your captain can't just be there on the basis of his captaincy. He needs to be getting runs and he needs to be there leading from the front. That's pretty much the job of the captain. And I know there's been a lot of talk about potentially Shubman Gill and Gill's lack of form or his lack of ability in this particular format. But the fact of the matter is that Gill's form is very secondary. Yes, the vice captain should be getting runs, but the fact of the matter is that in a worst case, you can drop your vice captain. It's at best a ceremonial role, or just name another vice captain for the tournament. That's fine. However, if your captain is struggling, then that will be a major headache, because at this point, you're picking your leader only on the basis of him being a leader. It harkens back to how, towards the end of his career, Aaron Finch was for Australia. He was selected because he was captain, not because he was in good form. In fact, his form was woeful. And Sky is reaching similar territories. Then again, Aaron Finch did in fact end up leading Australia to a T20 World Cup as well. So who knows, maybe Sky has similar form. But if you're an Indian fan, you really want him getting back among the runs very, very soon. You can let us know in the comments below if you agree with Aakash Chopra's take on Sky or not. And also don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon. Follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook. And stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.